Hello YouTube, welcome. Oleg here with another video brought to you about boots. And today we are going to be discussing the famous Captain Boot by Thursday Boot Company. This particular boot is part of the Thursday Captain Classic Collection. It is made with the natural Chromexel leather by Horween. So I just recently took this boot on a trip to Alabama, and while in Alabama I put these guys to the test. They were in fairly baby shape up until then, but I figured, you know what, I've seen quite a few videos of people taking these boots on hikes and doing all kinds of borderline manual labor in them, so I figured, you know what, why not? These boots are meant to tell a story, and I'm not going to baby them. I'm actually going to put them to the test. So I did. While in southern Alabama, I took a few hikes in these, walked around town. The terrain that these guys were exposed to kind of varied between gravel, concrete, dirt, grass, and various combinations thereof. Mobile's got some red dirt, so yeah, these guys have seen quite a bit during their time there. So, but overall, I think I walked about probably around 12 to 15 miles in these combined, and they've done pretty well. Since I came home, I've conditioned them. And they're looking like they walked a few paths, but they are looking good. I would say they're ready for some more here shortly. So today I really want to focus in on a few different things. I want to talk about the style. I want to talk about the overall feel and comfort of the boot. I want to touch a little bit on durability and quality. And then I want to discuss pricing, but not till the very end. So first of all, style-wise, Thursday markets this particular boot as one of the most versatile styles offered on their site. This is statistically the best-selling boot out of Thursday's collection. It is their bread and butter. This is what they've started with. And you know what? Rightfully so. I think this is really a very nice piece of footwear. It can be dressed down. It can also be dressed up. Maybe not as much as some of the other boots out there, but if you are wearing a button-down shirt with a nice belt and a pair of khakis, or even a nicer pair of well-fitting jeans, this particular boot will look really good with that. Just like it will look exceptionally good with a full-on hiking gear, some cargo pants, and just about anything else. I would not suggest wearing these particular boots with shorts. I think that might be a little too much, but just about anything else they could probably handle and look quite well with. These guys do feature full leather lining. They are very, very well constructed. The stitching on these is really good. Like I said, I did traverse some rough terrains in these. Went on a few inclines, went through some brush. You can see that they do have a few scuff marks here and on the toe, but they don't show any horrible issues. There are no loose stitches, no loose grain leather anywhere. If anything, the test that I put these guys to over the last few days just made the boot fit better on my foot. I feel it did. A lot was said about the pour-on cork midsole on these with a leather insole, and you know, you hear people who review these boots say that they just mold so incredibly well to your feet over time, and all this stuff, and that is actually true. You know, um, they do mold to your feet extremely well, even with a few wears. So something to keep in mind. I enjoy this particular boot. You know, I was kind of torn between a few different options of this particular boot on Thursday's site. I think overall they have something crazy like, I think there's over 10 different styles and colors that this particular boot is available in. It is, as I mentioned, this particular one, it's natural Chromexel leather. It is much, much lighter. I believe it's one of the lightest options that this particular boot comes in. I think there might be a few suede variations that might be lighter than this, but as far as actual genuine leather, I do believe this is the lightest one. But Captain is such a popular model that Thursday expanded and has created a number of different options of this particular boot in their rough and resilient leathers. That, you know, the boots that are for people that wear their boots rough and who, you know, specifically take them to do hiking and camping and various outdoorsy activities. And with that being said, this particular boot is part of their classic collection, but it is still a good example of excellent craftsmanship, and I don't see any reason why this particular boot cannot do more hiking and do more outdoorsy activities. So next thing I want to talk about is comfort with these guys. They are, as I've mentioned, very comfortable. They do kind of remind me almost like of wearing a tennis shoe or a sneaker versus an actual boot. I have quite a few boots in my collection. Some of them I've reviewed, some of them I'm yet to review in the next few days to weeks. But most boots, especially when compared to, you know, when comparing this particular boot to, let's say, Red Wing Iron Ranger, I mean, there's a night and day difference there. You know, Red Wings are known for a notoriously tough, brutal break-in period. With this particular boot, I kid you not, as soon as I got them, they came in, I took them out of the box, I put them on my feet, and there was virtually no break-in period. I mean, these guys were so comfortable and so, you know, just so great on my feet right out of the box. I could hardly believe it. It truly does resemble the feel of a tennis shoe, but it is a full-on boot. You know, it is it's definitely a serious, high-quality leather boot. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that Thursday is using a pour-on midsole. Pour-on is a material that is frequently used, well, mostly used in tennis shoes and sneakers. So it's just a little something that Thursday have done to add to the overall comfort and experience of wearing this particular style. I think it's a great touch. You know, Thursday advertises their footwear as something that can be worn on daily basis. The boots are not, you know, just to be worn on certain days and have days off during the week. These can literally be worn every single day, and you know, your feet will not fatigue in them for, even if you have them for 12 hours a day. And honestly, I have not yet worn them for 12 hours straight, but I have worn them for upwards of 6.5 to 7 hours, and I can tell you from personal experience that they are fantastic. They are very comfortable. And like I said, just the fact that there's no break-in period, that they fit like a glove, you know, no pun intended there. You know, that carries a lot of weight, I think, and so as a proven testament to what the company's putting out there. Next, I want to talk a little bit about durability. And durability wise, this particular boot I've owned for now about 2.5 months. They have been my go-to pair for casual walks around town. As I mentioned, I just recently put them to a pretty serious test once I took them on the road. You know, I've taken these to the beach. I've walked in the sand in these. And, you know, after a pretty serious, you know, casual use, I would say mostly casual use thus far, they've held up pretty nicely. You know, you hear people say that, I believe there's one YouTuber who owns this, actually I believe this exact pair in natural Chromexel leather, and he's taken them on trips around the world and worn them for 5 months straight or 6 months straight, something like that, and claims that he only wore this one pair that entire time and has not had any issues. So that remains to be seen for this particular pair. I will wear them more in the next weeks and months to come, and maybe I'll do a follow-up review a little while from now and let you guys know how they held up. So I don't foresee any issues with them at this point, but again, time will tell. This particular style does feature a rubber sole. I've shown this on camera before. This is a pretty standard sole that's featured on most of Thursday's boots. I know they recently came out with a different, like a mini lug sole that's thicker, that's a little bit more robust, and it's actually featured on a couple of their Captain and President, and I believe the newest line that just recently got released. It's their rugged and resilient Chelsea line that's called the Legend. But majority of the other, you know, classic styles and the rough and tough collections, they do feature this Dynite-like rubber sole. That's not Dynite, that's actually Thursday's proprietary rubber that they claim exclusive IP rights to. I don't know if that's necessarily valid, but that's the claim there. And this does hold up really well. I think it's a very good you know, middle ground for that serves a variety of purposes. I mean, this type of sole you can walk on concrete, grass, gravel, and anything above and beyond and in between that. And I think it does extremely well in a variety of settings. It's not too dressy, it's not too rugged. I think it straddles that middle ground, middle line really well. And again, from personal experience, I can tell you that it does provide a very good amount of traction. Now, I do live in the South. You know, I live in Florida, so I have not taken these out in snow or ice, so I can't really speak to that. But based on other reviews of you know, other individuals that reviewed Thursday boots that featured this particular sole, I can tell you they also reported not having any significant issues, assuming, you know, reasonable wear and tear. So that's a little bit about the soles on those guys. And you know, lastly, I just want to cover pricing. So just like majority of Thursday boots, these particular boots are $199 on Thursday's site, which in my opinion, and I think a lot of other people who own Thursday boots, Thursday boot captains, or you know, any other model offered by Thursday boots, we all agree in unison that that is an excellent price for the quality and the style and the versatility that this particular line of boots offers. I think they are you know, extremely well made. I think they are extremely comfortable. The leather is top notch, and you know, the whole trick there, not really a trick, but the secret why Thursday is able to offer such high quality product at such an attractive price point is their direct to consumer model. And there's a lot to be said about that. The two owners of Thursday Boot Company, they are both MBA graduates, and I think a lot of Thursday's brand success can be attributed to their business acumen and understanding, the business world and the supply chain and the supply chain dynamics, and just being able to come up with an excellent product that a lot of people can enjoy and not spend a ton of money. I mean, most boots that are in similar quality and comfort range, they go up, they sell for as much as $550 to $700. And, I mean, we're talking about the Nicks and the Vibergs and the Whites boots of the world and such. I know Nicks is primarily a work boot brand, so maybe that's not a very good example, but they're definitely on par. These boots are lifestyle boots. They're not work boots. Thursday does not advertise them as such. They do not advocate for people to put these on and then go work in a lumber yard somewhere or do any kind of heavy manual labor in them. They're definitely a lifestyle boot. They're definitely a casual boot. But with that being said, there's no reason why, with proper care and conditioning and not too much abuse, unreasonable abuse, that these can't last years. I'm talking about 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 years. I do own quite a few boots. I try to wear them as much as possible. There was a video that was just recently posted by a very well-known YouTuber, Carl Morawski, who kind of posed the question of, what the hell are we doing? If we own so many different pairs of whatever, boots, clothes, accessories, whatever, that are all very high quality, well, chances are a lot of those items will never see, will never live, or we will never possess them long enough to see their true potential and how long they can truly last, because we own an abundance and they tend to just only be used sparingly and not be maximized like they should be. So that being said, I will say that my collection of boots consists of probably up to a dozen different pairs in various styles and lasts, but I do wear them hard and I do wear them frequently, and I even though I do rotate, I do use the same pair of boots a couple times a week. So in theory, over time, that should show me the true depth and the true aptitude of each particular pair. And I do plan on doing periodic reviews as time goes by and boots age, and they're able to tell more stories. They're able to show what they're truly made out of. So again, I digressed a little bit and I apologize, but price point $199, so $200. There is an option to on Thursday's site to use a feature payment option called Afterpay, which is great in case you're on the budget or if you're between paychecks but you still would like to get your hands on these beautiful boots. You pay in 4 installments that are interest-free, same as cash. They're spaced, I believe, 2 weeks apart. And I think on a pair of $199 boots, the installments come out to around $47 or $49 per installment. So that's just another option for folks to take advantage of in case they don't want to dish out $200 up front. But this allows them to allows them an opportunity to enjoy exceptional quality footwear and make payments that are interest-free. So So that's really all I have to tell about these boots. Again, exceptional quality, great great style, great fit. Can be dressed up, can be dressed down. Not afraid of water, not afraid of being resoled. That's another thing that should be mentioned in this video, is that just like I think all of Thursday Boots footwear, these are Goodyear welt. They have a 360-degree Goodyear welt that renders these boots resolable. Obviously these have a long way to go before they need a new sole, but you know, you can replace them with anything. It doesn't have to be the same exact Dynite or Dynite-like rubber sole. You know, you can put leather, you can put cork, anything your heart might desire, and these guys will support that. So that was my review of Thursday Boots Captains in natural Chromexel leather. I think these are going to be in stock for quite some time. If you are in the market for a new pair of boots and have you know, $200 in your pocket that you're not afraid to spend, I think that would be money well spent on these particular guys. And again, if natural Chromexel is not your thing, there's a variety of different options. You know, they have weatherproof suedes, they have rough and tough leathers, they have different variations of Horween leathers, and so on and so forth. So definitely check out Thursday Boots website, see what they're all about. They're dropping in new styles and new model colors every now and then. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and enjoy.